Hawashai in the Hebrew, to be meaning to be, but to buy back. Well, just wanted to go over a couple of scriptures. Really, it says, I think it's Matthew 18. Let's get it. Where is it now? I'm trying to look for the scripture that says, and then the end shall come. Let me just search for it. 24. Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So I was just looking at the interview with Kanye West, aka Ye, and basically, I'm into a Hollywood, so I don't know what sort of people he's dealing with. So those claims I'm not sure about, whether I can't validate them. But what I do know is that what he was bringing out was that a lot of black people, so-called black people, are Jews. And that's let's get it, actually. Let's get it. Well, no, I'm just going to carry on. And basically, the view count on those videos that he's bringing out are in the millions, and we're seeing that this gospel, you see, when we see number 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached to in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So what is the gospel? Gospel means good news. Is it good news that you were to find out if you are a so-called black person? Is it good news to find out that you ain't, that although that every single nation despises you, that you're actually beloved of the Most High? What is the gospel? Let's read a few pictures, a few phrases further up. Let's see. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. So basically, to give you a bit of context, they asked him, when shall the end come? So let's see. Let's go all the way back up to verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Now, the end of the world meaning cosmos, meaning the end of this eon, the end of this kind of the world of, let's just say the world of Edomites, or the world of, maybe you might want to say, capitalist rule, or the world of global homogeny, or whatever, but you want to call it, whatever political system that this kind of corrupt political system that we're under at the moment is known as the world. There's two interpretations of world. The two words were originally translated from the Greek into world. One was cosmos and the other one was oikomeni, and I think I get them mixed up, but I believe that oikomeni referred to just localized world, as in like Sea World, or a world of pertaining to a certain subsection of society, and then there's cosmos, which actually pertains to the universe. I think it's that way around, unless I get it the wrong way around. But so they're asking him, when's the end of this world? When's the end of this period of reign? When is the end of this eon, if you like? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying that I am Christ, and shall deceive many, and ye shall hear of many wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, all that stuff going on in Russia, there's the threat of nuclear war and all that sort of stuff. But or before there was like the fear of war against China happening in Taiwan, and there's the fear of war against with North Korea. And at the moment there's a real kind of proxy war that's happening between the United States and Russia. I call it a proxy war because it's not a direct conflict. Anyway, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So, if you can endure to the end, you'll be saved. And this gospel, so this is, what does it mean to endure to the end? It means to endure to the end is to hold your principles, right? To hold your principles, not to get chipped or do whatever Esau's saying in order to keep getting that bag. There's going to be a point in time when there's going to be, as they say, Jacob's trouble and the great temptation, as I will go into in a second in Revelations, where there's going to be people are going to get their sea hip. So we're going to get that in a minute. But that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all. So the good news, or the gospel, is that if you manage to endure to the end and not give in, and we'll go into what it means to give in at the end, then you're gonna get out of this hellhole that's slowly developing. You're gonna maybe get out of this circling drain, And this gospel, so that's the good news, shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, that there is a redemption. That is the gospel, and then the end shall come. So, and although I ain't saying that Ye is in his right mind, I believe that the Most High is using him to at least push the gospel, which is that as a so-called black man, or black woman, you may be a Hebrew, and you may have a redemption clause written into your contract with the Most High. And this is being pushed well, let's just say that, let's be real, that the apostles and elders of many camps have been pushing this for well over 20, 30 years, but now it's being pushed mainstream. Now you're getting celebrities say, I think Ye said it, and then I think there's a Slim Thug or Young Thug is been saying it. 6ix9ine is saying it. And these people are and in terms of distribution and the audience, these people are heavy hitters. They'll put one video out and it'll be seen by millions. So in my opinion, there's no way that you cannot have heard this, and it's down to you now whether you want to take it on board or whether you want to reject it. Nobody's forcing anyone to reject it, if you be one of the 12 tribes. So let's get another scripture. Ephesians wanting to be brought out, man. Revelation 13 verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he had that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So that is to say, a mark. What is a mark? Basically back in the old days, well, it's it's a good translation because it's a mark is by something how one might be identified, and also the I think it's the Greek translation that it was translated from is kragma, which is meaning like an incision. So it's or a scratch or something like that, which is pretty much what they tell you. You might feel a little scratch when they put in something inside you by which you might be identified. No man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. But scrolling up a little bit. Things not scrolling properly. I'm gonna see where it says to worship him. The second beast ask everybody to worship the beast, and they worshipped the beast, the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and the power was given him to continue 40 and 2 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given them to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And the power was given him unto all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell on the earth shall worship him. So what does it mean to worship? Let's see if we get so we get the Greek there, the Strong's Greek, meaning to kiss like a dog kissing his master, to fawn and to crouch. So the fawn is the to prostrate yourselves in homage. To fawn is the right thing. And let's get the definition of fawn. Oh, to fawn over, to praise excessively in order to get favor. Yeah, so even if the attention is not sincere, it says to praise someone too much and give them a lot of attention that is not sincere in order to get a positive reaction. Basically, it's just to bow down to, right? Basically, and to forget your own principles about what you believe to be right, and go again and go with whatever this beast says. So that's where we are, really. Basically, that's what I wanted to bring out. That the gospel's being pushed out. If you ain't heard Kanye, you might hear 6ix9ine. You ain't heard 6ix9ine, you might hear Slim Thug. If you ain't heard any of those, you probably have heard these apostles and elders who've been pushing this truth for many years. You might have heard even me. Like, come on now. Let's not pretend that not you don't know. If you know and you or you've heard, let's not pretend you haven't heard. If you've heard and you don't believe or you don't wish to believe, that's down to you, man. But this is where we are. This is where we are with regards to that. And with that, I want to shut off and say shalom.